do you know that many marriages today are going through a really tough times simply because they ignored these silent killers?
Guys, you're welcome back to our channel. If it is your first time on AyonitemiTv channel, you are highly welcome. You're welcome to the family of love. Guys, we love you so much and we welcome you specially. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for always tuning into our videos. We don't know how to appreciate you, but well enough. But we are saying thank you. Thank you so much, and we so much love you guys. We're going to be talking about 14 habits that can secretly destroy the marriage. Some of these things we kind of ignore, but in the long run it can actually affect our relationship with our spouse. It can destroy marriage. You know, some marriages that got broken, you know, it is something that they've harbored over time, and you know, and probably when the other partner cannot take it any longer, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this again. So I think it has been tackled before those things start coming up. Probably there will have been solutions to the problem. We are going to be listing out these 14 habits that can secretly destroy marriage. When you start experiencing this, don't ignore it. Tackle it immediately.
Number 1, avoiding issues and not trying to resolve it. So this, it might be common with probably when you are trying to avoid confrontations. Probably you don't want issues. You are feeling like, I don't want issues with my wife, or I don't want issues with my husband, so that he or she will not think that I am complaining a lot or stuff like that. So rather, you should resolve issues. There are always better ways to resolve issues. So whenever you have a concern, look for a way you can present it without escalating what is on ground. So with that, I think that will be resolved. So it's not that you will be avoiding, because when you avoid, something will just happen one day and everything will come out. You did it. You did this yesterday. You did this last week. You did this last year. You've been doing it all this, but you did not talk. You did not talk. So it's better that you look for a very civil, very good way to resolve the issue.
In addition, so it's always good to say sorry whenever you have issues, like probably you offend each other. It's always good to say sorry. But for me, I feel like sorry is not enough. But after saying sorry, then let us tackle what causes this issue. Let us tackle it, because there's some people that they want to avoid conversation. We all say sorry, no, don't worry, let's forget about it. No, don't forget about it. Don't sweep it under the carpet, because after you keep sweeping, and just like my husband has said, it will get to a time that the wife will just blow up, or the husband will just blow up, because they've taken so much in that they can't handle it anymore, you know. And by some persons, by the time they're going to blow, you don't want to hear anything negative. Like, no, I'm tired of this marriage. I'm not doing anymore. I'm not doing again. So don't run away from resolving issues. Make sure you tackle it, but sometimes also use wisdom, such a way that you know appropriate time to discuss with your partner, so that the issues will not be escalated. You understand? Second point is taking each other for granted. You know, in our last video we talked about familiarity. The thing is that it's possible for familiarity to come in marriage. Like it is natural. You understand? It is natural for it to come in, but you have to be conscious of not taking each other for granted. You know, learn to appreciate. For instance, probably my husband helps me in washing plates, and you know, I just keep quiet. I'm not saying thank you, because I feel like, and so what is the big deal in him washing plate. After all, we use the plates together. Or your husband just give you money to go to market and just collect it without saying thank you. Just like, is it not his responsibility? There was a day that I was discussing with someone and this thing actually occurred, like it's not his responsibility to do that. We know that it's your responsibility. We know it is your responsibility, but you still have to appreciate. Yes. Don't take each other for granted. And for the fact that you are staying together, you are being together for a while, so you need to be conscious of that. Learn to appreciate your spouse. Learn to appreciate each other. Either it is their responsibility to do that, either it is not their responsibility to do that. There's no day I serve my husband food that he will not say thank you. He just make sure that he appreciates me every time, and I also appreciate him. I won't say that okay, it is responsibility to do that. So learn not to take each other for granted. Be conscious of it. Because this can actually no, it's very simple, but it can secretly destroy marriage over time. Yes. Let me add this to it. And for the fact that okay, maybe that okay, this person may not get angry, or probably you do something, you keep doing things, and your spouse kept quiet about it. You're feeling like because he's keeping quiet or she's keeping quiet, she's fine about it. Yes. But you yourself, you know that what you're actually doing is very wrong. But because your spouse is not talking about it, or maybe they don't want to talk about you keep doing it. You're already taking them for granted because of their quietness, or for the fact that they are keeping quiet about whatever you are doing. Learn not to take your partner for granted.
The third point here, number 3, is keeping secrets. So one of the things about marriage is that you need to be open to each other. The scripture says that they were naked
and were not ashamed.
They were naked and they were not ashamed. So it means that you need to be open in terms of your finances, in terms of your health, in terms of your your spiritual, everything, material resources, total openness. There are some people, there are some marriages that the husband is battling with some health issues and he's not telling the wife. And the wife is like, why are you not helping me to do this? Why are you not helping me to do that? She didn't know that the husband is battling with a particular condition that may not allow him to do stuff like that. You need to be open. Okay, probably you just lost your job. You need to be open to your partner. We've seen some situations like that where the husband lost his job and cannot tell his wife that he has lost his job. For like a month, 2 months, 3 months. So until when they were not like almost bankrupt, they didn't have any money again. That's not too good enough.
It's very funny that there are some couples that they don't know how much they are earning. Okay, maybe the husband is not even aware of how much the wife is earning, and vice versa. What are we now doing? You can trust someone with your body, but you cannot trust them with your money. So you are not open to them about how much you are collecting. Some persons, they can divide their salary into 2 and tell their husband that probably they are earning 400k. They tell their husband that are earning 200k. So, and one funny thing is that if the other person discover that okay, this guy is not open to me, so there's an ability that she may want to start doing what he's doing, and that will not help the marriage. Will not help the marriage. It will solve the issue as much as possible. It is good to be open. It is very good to be open. The fourth thing that can secretly destroy marriage is unforgiveness. Unforgiveness can secretly destroy the marriage. Whatever your spouse does for you and you're not pleased with it, open up, talk about it, and forgive. Don't harbor it, because one thing about unforgiveness is that it grows. It can grow to resentment, hatred, and before you know, whatever the person is just doing keeps annoying you because of the unforgiveness that you are harboring in your heart. And that reason why you need to forgive is for God to also answer your prayer. It is not even a good habit in a Christian home, because that unforgiveness can hinder your prayer. It can hinder prayer. Even if outsider offends you, you forgive, talk less of your spouse. No, the truth is that sometimes it can be so hurting. Some person may be watching this and be like, oh, you don't know what it means to hurt. Yes, one thing about unforgiveness is that it's actually for your own good. The other person is enjoying themselves, they are feeling good. Some will not even know that they've offended you, but you are there harboring unforgiveness. You are the one hurting. You are the one that have lost peace of mind just because this person has offended you. You know, I remember those times that probably somebody offends you and the person is just coming, you are just feel this is about it. You know, you don't have peace about it. So at the end of the day, when you forgive, it is for your own benefit, not for the other person benefits. So whatever your spouse does for you, try to forgive them, but don't equate forgiveness to trust. Probably they've broken your trust. The trust has to be rebuilt, because you don't trust someone just for a day. You rebuild trust, you forgive and rebuild trust. It won't be good for you guys to be sleeping together, be on the same roof, and you have something against him. Some persons they are harboring 10 years offense, 15 years offense against their partner. It is not good enough. Try to leave those burdens out. Try to release it. Try to release it so that you can have peace. So you can have peace of mind. Yes.
The next habit is nagging or constant criticism, constant complaints. So as a partner, as a spouse, you should not engage in constant criticism, because when you begin to complain a lot, the other partner will begin to see you as
a nagger.
As a nagging person, or what I wanted to say was that as their opponent. So when you begin to complain a lot, why have you not done this, or why did you do this, why did you do that? So they begin to see you as opposition. So when you begin to nag, and from there resentment will come, even from the other person. That's why you say, you will be like a source of trouble in that family.
It also makes the other person not to be themselves.
Yes, because you'll be bruising their ego almost every time. So instead of complaining every time, instead of criticizing, find a better way to relay your concerns to your partner.
And sometimes look away.
And sometimes look
peace
away.
Of mind.
See,
because some people will not just hear word.
yes, of course. So it is that's just how it is. Many times you look away because those things that you are saying, that why is your husband doing this, or why is your wife doing this? There are many other partners that are doing much more, and that will also live with those things.
Yeah.
Okay, if you are saying that you don't like how your husband is brushing his teeth and like that, there are some partners that they don't even care. Or you don't like how your husband is probably doing some stuff. There are some partners that's what they like. So there are some things that you just look away. You look away, and then if you feel like you cannot look away, look for better ways. Dialogue. Better ways to resolve it. That's just because you are now a team. You are not against each other. That once you know that one, it will help you a lot. You are not against each other. You are a team.
Just like Madman has said, constant complaint, especially from we women, we need to actually minimize it. Husband can just annoy you sometimes, but just like I said earlier, sometimes you just look away. Why? Because of your own peace. Actually, just like, so you just look away. But those constant complaint every time you keep complaining, you keep hissing, you always have something to say. Whatever they are doing, you will just have one negative thing to pick out. You won't see the positive side of it. You always see the negative side of it. If they are doing something well, instead of you just saying you are doing good, you're like, why not? Sometimes those nagging can actually piss men off, and over time, just like he has said, it can even bring kind of defense, even when what you actually
saying
is actually
correct.
true, but you know that these are normal behavior, so you won't even see what you are doing that is not right, because that is a normal habit of just complaining. And like I said, that will also make it might make your partner not to beat themselves, because they will always be very careful for you not to complain. So, and when you are working on eggshell in your marriage, you know, it is not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be. The seventh point is when you are not prioritizing your spouse. When you are not prioritizing your spouse, it can destroy your marriage. Just like we said earlier, all these things are like, okay, when it happens just once, it's like, no, I'm not doing it again, I'm tired of this marriage. It's something that keeps occurring every time. That's why we call it habits. 14 habits. That's what you do constantly. There is nobody that should come before your spouse, like God. Then nobody else should take the place of your spouse. So you need to take your spouse as a priority. People should even know that you don't joke, you know, with this, with your spouse. You carry them for your head. You understand? If they need your attention, kindly attend to it. You are intentional about your marriage. So when you are not prioritizing your spouse, it makes them to feel less important. They just feel like, and do you know what funny thing for men? When you are not giving your wife attention, when you are not prioritizing them, you know, before you know, they might be shifting attention to somebody else outside. Like, who are you? And whatever they're supposed to discuss with you, they are discussing with somebody else outside. Vice versa, also for men. Make sure you prioritize them first, you know, over your children, over your work, over your ministry. Make sure your spouse feels more important.
So the 8th habit that can secretly damage or destroy your marriage is lack of communication. So when your communication begins to dwindle, you should know that that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign that this marriage, if not quickly salvaged, is going to be, you know, destroyed. So when you begin to notice that, oh, you and your partner, you don't talk as you ought to, maybe because of a disagreement, or maybe because of work or anything. Maybe it wasn't even a disagreement, maybe because of work, or it was just, we were just flowing with life. I just got that I and my wife, we've talked now, it's like a month, 2 months, like discussion now.
Sorry for cutting you, babe. The communication we're talking about is not like hello, when are you going to pick up the keys? Good morning. What are you going to eat today? Have you taken your bath? That's not what we're talking about communication. Those ones are normal stuff.
So this communication means like discussing, sitting
down. That's one of our best moments. Like, babe, let's have heart talk. Yeah, so that's what we're talking about.
So you have heart talk with your partner regularly, and you listen. You know, there are some times where when your partner, when they table their grievances or their concerns, this is what you have been doing, that is pissing me off. I don't like it. You should not count it as an attack. So you should listen deeply to what she is saying or to what he is saying, and understand what he is saying and what he is not saying. So that you know that, okay, I think the main reason why she is saying this thing is because there is no money. Okay, I think the main reason why she is saying this thing is because I have not been available. Not really because she doesn't like me. Not really because she doesn't love me anymore. It's because she feels like, okay, the work at home is now overwhelming. You need to see the main reason. You need to listen deeply, be quick to listen, and be slow to reply.
One very key thing that fuels relationship, any relationship, even with God, is communication. It's communication because it fuels bonding. It fuels bonding a lot. So you should be aware of whatever is happening in each other's life. There's some persons that they don't know what is going on with their partner because they don't communicate. Not even because that person doesn't want to talk, because there's no even motivation. There's no motivation to talk. You know, sometimes that you not just feel like talking to this person. So you need to make sure intentionally, if the house is not conducive enough, go out and have conversation. Take yourself out and have conversations. You can make it weekly, you can make it monthly, but just make sure that there is this time that both of you alone, you are communicating. You are updated about whatever is going on in their lives. So communication is very key. Don't let outsiders know your partner even more than you. It does not it's not making sense. Don't let your husband PA knows whatever is going on. Don't let your husband younger sister or younger brother or your wife's mom should know what is going on in their life more than yourself. So, and how can you achieve that? It is through communication, proper communication, and understanding each other well. Even when you are communicating, just like my husband has said, knowing what this person is actually communicating, so that your communication will not always lead to fights. You understand?
And then lastly, just a sentence is that anything that attacks your communication, know that it is attacking your marriage.
So, and when you are communicating to your partner, make sure they understand your message. That one too is very important. The next habit is when you are comparing your spouse with other people. This can destroy your marriage. You don't compare. The thing is that every marriage is unique. What my husband is good at, some husband may not be good at it. While some might be good at, he might not be good at it. The thing that is constant is that everybody is unique. Recently, my pastor was saying that the friend was envying a marriage, that wow, your husband helps you to take your children to school. That's so cool of him. Then my husband has never helped in any school runs, and she was like, my husband helps in school runs, but your husband also helps in kitchen. My husband does not know how to boil water. What we are trying to say is that every marriage is unique on its own. So, but when you are now comparing your spouse with other people, it can destroy their self-esteem. It may make them to feel less of themselves. Instead of you comparing, try to appreciate whatever they are doing now, and whatever you are also open at, you can also pray about it, but stop comparing. When you compare over time, it is, in fact, okay, let us put it like this: if you are comparing your spouse with somebody else, let them also compare you with some other person. Like, okay, are your mates not doing this? Like, you also like, are your mates also not doing this? So that at least you know how it feels to be comparing. If you are doing that, kindly put a stop to it. Every marriage is unique. No marriage is perfect. No marriage is perfect. Just accept your own like that.
Do what works for you. So don't look at other people's marriage and feel like, oh, this is what they are doing, let us copy them, let us do this and that. So you do what works for you. The reason why what they are doing might not work for you is because you, the two parties in your own marriage, are different from them. You are different from the wife or from the husband, and your partner is also different from your other partner. So that is how it is. So you may never get the same results. You will just have to struggle. You may never get the same result. So it is better that you stop the comparison.
Do you know what is even funny is that what some persons are envying in your marriage, you also are envying something.
Yes, something else.
You are also envying something that they are envying you, you are envying them.
The next habit that we will be talking about is lack of physical intimacy. So when you begin to notice that it's been a long time that you hugged, that you had intimacy, you understand? Intimacy.
Some married
Then,
couple, they've not kissed in years.
Yes. Some they never kissed before.
No, that was not possible. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Well, I don't know. Nothing is impossible though.
I think I saw a video online recently, and the woman said she's 6 years in marriage and she's still a virgin.
Yeah, I think I saw
You saw it,
but I didn't go into the details.
She's 6 years in marriage and she's still a virgin.
Yeah.
So imagine
it's actually
that.
possible.
So,
it's actually possible.
So there are a lot of things going on right now. So you need to be careful whenever you see that, okay, it's been a while. You are a newly married couple, a week, 2 weeks has gone, and you've not had intimacy. Then there is something wrong.
I'm not motivated
except probably you just gave birth, or probably health issues.
Yeah,
but
both of you understand it.
Yes, but you guys, you are just living yourself on autopilot.
Even if you are not having, if peradventure there's something that is not even allowing you to have what's it called, going to Jerusalem, at least try to what's it called now, physical touches.
Yes.
Try to use that one, don't let your partner pass beside you just like that. Make sure that you are kissing well. Make sure that you hug regularly. Make sure you do something that will spark that what's it called, that connection. When you feel like it's been a while that you have kissed, you have even hugged each other, you are not like a roommate, not couple again.
Yeah,
that is how it will feel. So when this happens over time, trust me, the love might die. Yeah. Yes, you just feel like there's no connection anymore again. And you have to rebuild all over again. So don't let it get to a state that you have to now start rebuilding. Make sure that be intentional. Because I think we've not kissed this week, try to kiss, and if it's possible you might even do daily one. You must make sure that to this day must not pass. We must hug each other every day. We must hug each other. You guys say we must hug each other for 5 minutes. I know even there's something that hug does. Hug can help you to relieve stress. You just feel the warmth and all of that. So make sure that physical touches is there. Then sexual life, make sure that it is solid.
Yeah.
And if you want something that will make it to be more solid, more tips, you can DM my husband. Try to seek help, try to seek counsel, so as to rebuild it, because all those is one of the major key that fuels connection in marriage. That some persons that they will just be getting angry anyhow. You will not even know what is wrong with them. Hello, probably they are stabbed, probably they are self-stabbed.
That's just it.
So make sure that your sexual life, your romance life is alive. Alive. And when you see that activities is making it to go down, that's also why we talked about intentionality. Everything is intentional about it. Our mentor used to say that either you feel it or you don't feel it, do it. Just do it. You're motivated or you're not motivated, just do it. So that's it.
The next habit is when you keep reminding your partner of their past mistakes.
Yeah.
You must be able to forgive and forget.
Yeah.
Even if that forgetting now is that you should not remind your partner. Oh, you did the same thing last week. You did it last 2 years. You did it last 3 years. You know, all these things will not resolve the issue. You want to say something?
Yes, Mama Dejumo used to say it's jokingly that you be crying. You don't be like, what is wrong? You like, do you know the student days? Today marks today marks the third year or fourth year that you did this, that you did that.
Oh my God.
My pastor said something one day when we were very young. It was like they called husband and wife. They called the husband that what are the offenses of the wife, and the man was like, I just know that she offends me, but I can't really remember. And they asked the wife that what is the offense of the husband, and she brought out a journal.
Wow.
So she makes daily record of whatever the husband is doing, and she does not like them, she makes records of it. Please, if you are making daily records, are you a business? Are you recording transaction for the day? So if you are recording the offenses, what is your aim? But the truth is that when you go back to that journal, you will remember, and there is probability that
it's going to hurt you.
It's going to hurt you all over again.
It's like reopening a wound.
Yes, like it's like
to be healed.
Exactly. When you open it again, you just remember on the 21st day of July 1994, my husband cheated on me and blah 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 blah. So that thing can make like it can hurt you all over again. It might make you to react to your partner, and your partner will be like, what is wrong with you? You'll be like, babe, you just be angry all over again. And after be like, and you'll be like, I thought we've resolved this thing now.
Well, I've said I'm sorry.
I said I'm sorry. Be like, so it is better for, I know there's if you're not conscious of it, this thing can actually happen, especially when they do something that is similar to that. There's an ability of like saying that, but we're just saying that you should be intentional about not reminding them of their past mistakes. The next point is that this one is very simple, but guess what? It has destroyed a lot of marriages, and that is spending more time with your phone. Screen time. Thank God sometimes my phone will give me that analysis that your screen time for last week is so hours or something like that. So screen time, we need to intentionally reduce screen time, especially when your partner needs your attention. This generation has, I don't know what to say, but this generation, God is going to help us. Somebody needs to intentionally create that family time, the time for your family, the time to put that phone down. And the thing is that when we have that phone on and you're even conversing, the conversation will not be meaningful. Sometimes if you talk to your partner and they are carried away, you're asking them that what are you saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? They'll be like, what are you saying? So literally their attention has been divided. I remember the first year of our marriage, and that I was saying about that, can you just marry your phone, please? Because of customers calling me, I'm attending to customer. So it's actually that's why I can relate with this. But now we are very more intentional about like so time you're not attending to customers again. So time we are having family time. So phones should be kept away. So that time we can actually even use it to watch movies together. At least we are watching movies together. So there is no like we are having time for each other. So there is no distraction. So we need to actually reduce screen time. It's funny that we see father eating with phone. You will see the mother eating with phone. You will see the children, daughter, they're in the bedroom eating with their phone. The son eating in the bedroom with the phone. So there is no really that connection.
Family bond.
There's no time for that family bonding. Everybody's now bonding with their phone, and this thing has actually destroyed a lot of marriages. And we need to be very intentional about reducing screen time, especially when you're not doing something that is important. And if you're doing something very important, if you go to work, at least you will come back home. So there's a time that you will close work, on your phone. There will be a time that you close, like, I'm not attending to anybody today. So I think we need to be intentional about that. The last point is this habit also can secretly destroy marriage over time, and that is when you are not growing together. You both started probably on the same level, and the other person has gone far in their career, more exposed, more everything, and before you know it, that can, if you look at it critically, it can actually destroy marriage. So that probably the other person that is more exposed, you are talking based on your level of exposure, and the other person is feeling like, okay, is it because is it because of this, is it because of that, and you're not even trying to catch up with them. And
the partner should also assist to help. Not that you are now doing your PhD, or you've done masters, PhD, and your wife, she is still on maybe school side, she cannot even operate ordinary ChatGPT. So she doesn't even know what ChatGPT is in this world of AI. So you need to intentionally carry your spouse along. Let's begin to study this.
When you learn new things, you can share it with your partner. That is how we actually grow together. You add something new, you share with your partner. Babe, have you heard of this thing? What is the meaning? Like, okay, let me tell you the meaning. So that is how you grow together. So don't hoard information. Make sure that both of you are growing together. If you see a course that can help your partner, you can encourage them to enroll in that course, and before you know it, both of you will be growing at the same pace. And if you are not going at the same pace, the distance will not be too wild.
I think we have come to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, which of the points resonate with you very well, and how has any of the points, like any of the habits, impacted your marriage? So drop some comments for us in the comment section. Right?
Yes. Don't forget to like this video so that you too can help us to push it more, to push it better. Thank you so much for doing that. And don't forget to also help to share in your status, help us to share it. Thank you so much. And don't forget to also subscribe for new viewers. Thank you so much. So till we see you in our next video. Sorry, before then, if you have any topic that you want us to discuss, you can let us know in the comment section also. And if you want to talk to us anonymously, you can also, I think we have an anonymous link. I'll try to look for it and drop it. You can also drop whatever you want to discuss with us. You can drop it in the anonymous link for us to discuss it. So alright guys, thank you for watching to the end of today's video. Till we see you in our next video. Keep soaring. Bye.
Bye bye.